when I got back to Brandeis, I decided that college was irrelevant and the revolution was at hand. So I finished out the year, and then I left. I dropped out. And I went to New York City to make the revolution. I went to the Lower East Side and stayed there a while for several years, and then, you know, obviously no revolution. All that I was poor living on the Lower East Side. It was fun because there were still remnants of the very old Jewish community there, and that was a lot of fun as long as it lasted. First of all, that was a strong community, and these people were, I say, out of Central Casting. They were wonderful. They were like all your old relatives. And some of them were very poor, and that was sad, but most of them were okay, or not poor. And I remember, but I was, and I remember there was a bakery. I would go in there and I would buy a couple things, and the woman recognized that I was Jewish, so she'd always throw a couple things in because she would take care of Jewish kids. It was like, well, somebody once said to me in one of these stores, and I'm going to butcher this because I don't speak Yiddish, but alles Yid is mein Michbucha, which all Jews are my family, is what she was saying. I can't talk Yiddish. And that's how it was. Okay. My landlady was Jewish, but that wasn't a pretty picture because this neighborhood was changing and they did not take care of the building. Eventually it was torn down. But most of the people I met on the streets and in the neighborhood, it was like going back in history, because it was that kind of an old Jewish community. You know, these people had never left. The people who had left had, you know, become like my parents, moved into different lifestyles, went to Long Island, Connecticut, Uptown, wherever, but these folks were still there. And so it was kind of touching, really. That's what I remember. And then, of course, there was all the hippie stuff, because the hippies were living there, of which I was one. So Allen Ginsberg and, you know, that crew of crazy, wonderful poets were there, and musicians. It was a wonderful place to be for a very short period of time. Yeah.